welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, it's going to be plastic and trim restoration and protection, starting with wipe-on, wipe-offs, down to true ceramic protection, and the process in which we're going to be applying this stuff is all included. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's get started. Let's talk about this truck before we even get started. This thing sits out in front in my garage, baking in the Hawaii sun all day long, every day. This plastic is absolutely hammered. So I just wanted to mention, if you even think that these products did an okay job, then they probably did a really good job on normal plastic, because that is freaking hammered, man. But with that being said, I just wanted to mention also, I'm realizing now that I got spray protections on the side, doing durability tests on that. My bumper's all taped off with different colors of different trim protections on it. People must think I'm an absolute loon when I drive this thing around. I don't drive it much, but I take it to the dump. I take it dirt biking. It must look funny, the things I do for you guys. Before you apply any products to anything on your car for that matter, we have to consider prep and proper prep. There's two ways to prepare to do this: the right way and the other way. The right way is going to be polishing it and getting it all sorted out, and we'll talk more about that in a bit. But the other way is going to be how a lot of people will use it, where we just apply the product over the existing plastic. We're going to start with just putting it over the existing plastic. The first product we're going to be applying is black. Now this stuff is one of my favorite longer term duration tire protections, and I'll leave a link for that down in the description if you want to see it on the tires. But this does pretty good job on the trims also. I put it on the microfiber towel, wipe it on, and it does a pretty good job covering up that untreated trim. And all in all, I had to go ahead and put another dab on there on the microfiber towel to try to get that full coverage, but it's in a large bottle, so I'm not worried about wasting it. All in all, the black went on easy and it covered it up pretty nice. So the next product I'm going to be trying will be Restore and Protect by DIY Details. Now this is a true ceramic coating that's pigmented black. It's designed specifically for trim. It's a nice product. I like the way it looks. Today I'm going to be putting it on with a foam applicator, although you can put it on with a microfiber towel. The idea with this one is it'll saturate the foam pad and waste your product. But either way, no matter how you decide to put it on, you're going to get a similar result. Now you see me put a few drops on the applicator. I'm wiping it around on the plastic. Again, nice and slick. It applies really easy, and it's really wet, and it's soaking into the plastic, which is drawing that black down into the plastic. And all in all, the coverage was easy to obtain, and that looks pretty darn good, I gotta say. The next product I'm going to be putting on is from Stoners. It's Hybrid Ceramic Trim Shine. Now this is just a spray sealant for the trim. It does say to protect and restore to an OEM finish, so we'll see how it does. As I'm applying it to the microfiber towel and wiping it onto the plastic, it feels a lot like a spray sealant that you put on the paint. It does spread around really easy, and surprisingly it sinks into the plastic and does darken it up quite a bit. So all in all, that went on really easy, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. Now that we tear the tape off, you can truly see the before and after here. Again, that plastic was hammered, but what I'm also seeing is there's some blotchiness in the plastic. That's going to be fixed when we do proper preparation. Now it's time to go ahead and spray some polish onto the polisher. We're going to run the polisher back and forth. This is a tough one because it has all these grooves, but I'm going to do my best to get down inside of them and get this fully evened out. That's what the polishing is going to do, is it's going to even out all those irregularities into the plastic, so that when we apply the product, even with the pigment, we're going to have a more even application here. Now there's going to be some spots that are very difficult to get to with the polisher, so I'm going to put some polish directly onto the microfiber towel, and I'm going to work that in by hand in those hard to reach areas, again to try to get some consistency with the plastic. So of course, in typical Jeremy fashion, I'm looking down at the bumper and I'm unhappy with it, so I'm going to run the polisher over that, get that thing gleaming and shining also. After you run the polisher, I always recommend then coming back behind with the panel prep and just getting that surface as raw as possible so that we have the best chance of these products sinking in and sticking long term. So next up is Stoner's Car Care Trim Shine Ceramic, Plastic, and Vinyl Restorer. Now this is a true ceramic coating. It's professional grade, so it's for professionals, and also it's clear, so it has no black pigment in it. Now what is the difference with or without the pigment? Without the pigment, you're not going to be able to hide those irregularities. It's not going to tonally smooth those out. It could potentially darken the plastic, but it's definitely not going to hide things. Now, when I first put it on the applicator and start wiping it around, it's very slick. It's functioning really nicely, but again, it's just not able to tone out those irregularities that are left behind even after the polishing. It's darkening up more than I thought it would, and overall, it's doing a really nice job. So my thought on this one right off the bat, before I reveal what it totally looks like, is that if you have pretty consistent black trim that's just faded, this is going to sink in, it's going to darken it up, and it's going to last quite a while with that true ceramic. But if you're trying to hide irregularities, meaning that it's lighter gray, darker gray, whiter in some spots, it's going to have a hard time covering those because there's just no pigment in it. So consider that. So now we're back to DIY Detail Restore and Protect True Ceramic Coating, and I can tell you I've used their ceramic coatings. They're all really nice, and this is a pigmented ceramic coating, which is going to level out those irregularities in the black plastic, which usually when people resort to things like this, there are some irregularities. Polishing is going to get them knocked down and reasonable, but that black pigment's going to take it to that next level. So I put a few drops on the applicator. Again, it spreads around really easy, good coverage, and it does tone out the plastic and ends with a reasonably matte finish, which I like about this. It looks quite a bit OEM like that. So all in all, the DIY Detail ceramic coating for the trim worked nice and looks good too. So now we're back to the black. I put some on the microfiber towel. It spreads around really easily. It's got some nice dark black pigment in it, so it's going to give you some great coverage. Also, I noticed that it just doesn't sink down into the plastic quite as deep as the ceramic coatings do, and it does require a little bit of leveling, and you want to do that right away to try to get that nice even look out of it. But all in all, the black does a great job. One more thing to consider, it's a glossier product, so if you want shine, this is going to bring it. The other ones tend to be more of a matte finish. Now we're going to get into the water-based products where you wipe them on and wipe them off, and I already can tell you they're not going to last. I know the Car Pro guys are going to be like, man, that stuff lasts months. You know what? Maybe in some cases it does, but these are water-based and they're going to wear off. But if you're just doing a weekly wash and you want to shine that trim up, check this out. I add the Car Pro Pearl onto the microfiber towel. It spreads around really easy, gives some nice rich coverage, and it looks amazing overall for what it is. Then let's move over to the chemical guys. This is going to wash off again too. You're not going to get durability here, but same thing. Put it on the towel, wipe it on, it goes on, it looks rich, and to be fair, I really can't tell the difference between the two. The Car Pro Pearl is going to last longer, we all know that, but at first glance, they both look good, and they both did their job well, but I'm going to say it for the record, this stuff is going to wash off, guaranteed. But I wanted to show it because I know a lot of people want to see this. All right, we got them all applied, and I've shared my 2 cents all along the way what I think about these products. I'm going to let them play through and give you a close-up look at them. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Face value now, no brand loyalty. What's your thoughts? Okay, remember your favorite. remember your comment, because now I'm going to do the hydrophobics test. We're going to spray water on them and we're just going to see how they react. Then I'll use the leaf blower to blow them dry. Thanks for sticking around to the end. I sure appreciate it. I tried to pick a cross section of products that would show different abilities of each of these. Of course, I have my favorites. I'm looking forward to hearing what you guys think down in the comments. Also, I'll leave links to all these in the description. People to choose to use the links, I sure appreciate it. It helps support the channel. And all these are cool products. Oh, yeah. And I'll be seeing you on the next one. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. You know you want to. Yeah.